Oh man, I'm sorry you could not hear me. No sound. I must have pushed that button when I was setting up. Well, okay, I'm going to start over then. Chicago comes in with a 5-game losing streak. And you look at the Cubs lineup and you think, why? I mean, looking at the names in the Cubs lineup, you think they should be doing better, but their problems have not been hitting, it's been pitching. The Cubs with a 4.84 team ERA, by far the worst in the majors. To put that in perspective, the Tigers are last in the American League with a 4.32. In the National League, in 9th place are the Mets with a 4.47. So the Cubs at 4.84, almost 0.4 runs per game, worse than the next worst team. Prompting Leo DeRocher to say, can't anybody pitch on this team? Holtzman comes in 4-3 with a 3.57, 8 starts, 3 complete games. For Turk Farrell, 2-3, 4.44, 8 starts, 1 complete game. And hello to everyone. I'm repeating some of the stuff when I was muted. Frank's pre-play had the Astros winning 6-3. In real life, a 1-0 pitching duel won by the Astros. And a hello to Franklin, Unmitigated, Kenyon Gray, Colin. This is the first of a 3-game set. Astros in 4th place. They're 8.5 games back. They won their last game. You saw the lineup, so I'm not going to repeat that. And hope everyone is doing well here on another beautiful summer day, a Monday. Anything else I'm leaving out here? Let's see. No, I think that's about it. I see several have their crowns on today. Hello, Thomas. Welcome. Okay. Boy, I got a lot of responses to the Strat-O-Matic How Accurate Is It video. Very good discussion going on there. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. Quite a few comments by guys with much better math skills than I have, that's for sure. That's always fun for me to read. Farrell's ready to go to work here. There was just under 17,000 in the house. Harry Wendelstead behind the plate, Shag Crawford at first base, Ed Vargo at second, and Doug Harvey at third. Harvey, of course, who literally wrote the book on umpiring. And here's Phillips to start it off. Phillips hitting .308, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs. Farrell comes in there with a 4-2 right-handed. He hits it the other way, and it's going to drop in front of Nicholson for a leadoff single. Now, Phillips with great speed, singles to lead off the game. Let's check the battery now. Farrell a -1 hold, Bateman a 0, so 16. We're going to hold him on at 14. And here's Glenn Beckert. Beckert batting .317 so far. No homers, 14 RBIs. And Phillips is going to roll for the lead, 1-14. 3 through 7, he does not get it. Here's the pitch to Beckert. That's going to be a 5-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Farrell fans Glenn Beckert. Then we'll bring up Billy Williams. Billy hitting .270 on the year. 12 home runs tied for the team lead and 35 RBIs. The left-hander standing in, Farrell staring in. From the stretch, the pitch is a 3-8 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. Down to second goes Phillips. And the Cubs have first and second, one away. And their best hitter so far coming to the plate. Ron Santo leads the club in batting at .359. I believe that's second in the league behind Gene Alley. 12 home runs and a team-leading 41 RBIs. Farrell from the stretch. It's a 2-7 right-handed. He lifts it to center and playable. Jimmy Wynn backs up a bit and hauls it in. Runners will hold. Hello to Ben. I was just thinking yesterday, Ben, you picked a good one to miss. I don't know if you saw the result or not. I'm assuming you probably did. Pretty much all of us in disbelief as Jim Bouton with a complete game shutout against Detroit. 2 out, here's Ernie Banks. Banks hitting .265, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. Farrell ready to work now. It's going to be a 1-9 right-handed. Grounder to second. Morgan takes it and throws him out. And Farrell pitches out of the jam. No runs, a hit, 2 left for the Cubs after half an inning. Chicago nothing. Houston coming to bat. Against the lefty, Ken Holtzman. Holtzman has been the ace of the Cubs staff so far this year. None of the other starting pitchers have pitched well at all. Henley and Jenkins have been okay, but they haven't made many starts. Most of their work has come out of the bullpen. Here's the lineup that's going to be facing Holtzman. It'll be Joe Morgan leading off at second, Sonny Jackson at short, Jimmy Wynn, of course, in center field batting third. Dave Nicholson will be in right. Jim Gentile at first base, getting a start against the lefty. John Bateman is the catcher. Bob Aspromani down at third. And Rusty Staub in left, with Farrell hitting ninth. Farrell is 6, but with end power. And here's Joe Morgan to start it off. Joe Morgan on the season, .265, 3 home runs, 27 RBIs out of the leadoff spot. That's impressive. Left on left, Holtzman delivers. It's a 2-5 left-handed liner towards first, single to 5. That's going to be caught by Ernie Banks. So Morgan hit it right on the nail head, but right at Banks. 1 down, and here's Sonny Jackson now. Jackson batting .303, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. Also leads the team in stolen bases with a dozen. Holtzman's pitch is a .211, and he bangs it into right field for a single. With Speedy Jackson aboard, you know what's on his mind. Holtzman, however, with a fine -3 hold. Hundley a 0. So Jackson a 16. He'll be held on at 14. And he's going to try for the lead. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. 5, he's got it. Here he goes to 14. Hundley's throw down, and he is caught like a thief in the night. That's only the 3rd time Jackson has been caught. He's 12 out of 15 now, and here comes the next pitch to Win. It's going to be a 4-6 right-handed. He pops him up left side. Kessinger will take it. And that does it for the Astros in the first. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Might have been unadvisable to even try to steal with Jimmy Wynn at the plate. I'll have to keep that in mind as the game progresses. So far, though, Sonny Jackson has pretty much ran whenever he's had the chance. Scoreless after an inning. Yeah, the bats have really gone silent for Detroit lately, Ben. I'm sure they'll snap out of it. Byron Brown will lead things off for the Cubs as we go to the second inning. Brown hitting .240, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs. Farrell into the windup. It's going to be a 6-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Turk Farrell. And the batter will be Randy Hundley, the right-handed hitting catcher. Hundley at .246, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. I'm looking at Houston's. Okay, Hundley will hit first. Farrell pitch to Hundley. 5-5 right-handed as a grounder to short X. Tough chance for Sonny Jackson, a 3E40. Jackson charging it. Here's the play on a 2. He's not going to get that. That's going to be a base hit for Hundley. Second Cub hit of the game. I was going to say power up and down this Cubs lineup. They have 51 homers as a team, compared to 57 for Houston. Here's Kessinger with one away. Kessinger batting .266, no homers, just 8 RBIs. Switch hitter hitting lefty against Farrell. Farrell's pitch from the stretch is a 5-11 left-handed grounder to first base X. That's going to be Gentile, a 318. Ranging to his right on an E range of a 12, so that's a 7 on an 18. This could be trouble, and it is. It's off of his glove for an error. First error of the game. And that's going to bring up Holtzman. Holtzman an A bunter, so the Astros will pull him in. Holtzman a B bunter now. He's going to lay it down. On a 6B, that's plenty good enough to advance the runners. That'll be a sacrifice bunt for Holtzman. Both runners move up. So second and third, Adolfo Phillips trying to pick him up. I know what he got, Perry, and greetings to Perry, by the way. Phillips singled his first time up. Farrell a glance at the runners. Here's the pitch to Phillips. It's going to be a 3-5 right-handed. Fly ball to center field, double on a 1 only. Win back and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs to hit, 2 left. We're still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second. I think it's pretty cool that quite a few people have got the 66 season since seeing this replay. Nice to know everyone's enjoying this season. I sure am. Definitely been my favorite replay so far, although it isn't really fair to compare. This is the only one I've ever done with an audience. That makes it a lot of fun. Bottom of the second, Dave Nicholson will lead it off for the Astros. Nicholson on the season, hitting just .219, 5 homers, 14 RBIs. Holtzman gets the sign. Here's the windup down the pitch on a 6-7 righty. It's a single to 9, ground ball to third base. That's going to be fielded by Santo, who throws him out. Santo, the gold glover down there at third. And here's Gentile now. Gentile hitting .266, 3 homers, 24 RBIs. Left on left. Holtzman with a 6-7 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. I'll tell you, if you're like me, you're kind of wondering what Gentile was doing in the lineup against Holtzman. It certainly is, Ben. 461 now and counting, and I thank you all very, very much. Yeah, 1971, a landmark season in Strat-O-Matic history. For those who do not know, that was the first year of the double-sided card. Prior to that, this is what you got, and it was all black and white then, too. Basic version only. And imagine my surprise when I ordered the set. I mean, we didn't have computers back then. I didn't know they were going to do that until I got the cards. I figured they would look just like the 1969 and 1970 cards, and we're going, holy cow, what's this? Pretty exciting stuff. Two outs, and here's Bateman. Bateman, the right-handed hitting catcher, at 284 on the season, 5 homers, 23 RBIs. Holtzman's pitch is a 4-8 righty. He lifts it the other way to right field. Billy Williams is right there in his tracks to haul it in, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Holtzman. 2 innings in the books, and we are scoreless. There's something under here. You know what? That looks like a little pebble of cat litter. Okay, now that the score sheet's flat again, we can go to the 3rd inning. Glenn Beckert will start it off. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch from Turk Farrell. Going to be a 5-3 right-handed. To fly to left field X, that's Staub. Staub, a 3E13, ranging towards the line. Here's the play on a 5. He's not going to get it. That'll drop for a base hit. A leadoff single for Beckert, who has pretty good speed. 16 minus 115. He'll be held on at 13. And Billy Williams, the hitter. We're getting excitingly close to that 500 mark, which something special is supposed to happen then. I'm not sure exactly what. I suppose I should start looking into that, huh? Oh, it'll be a while yet. It'll be at least a couple of months before we get to 500. Figuring the current pace, of course. Heck, that pace might even slow. That would be my prediction. I mean, this is definitely a niche channel, right? I mean, how many people even know about Strat-O-Matic baseball? It's not like I'm doing a video on cooking or gardening. Here's Billy Williams, Farrell out of the stretch. 6'8" left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's number 3 for Turk Farrell. That's a big strikeout. And here's Santo, 0 for 1. Farrell staring in from the stretch. 4-7 right-handed, that's a base hit into right. Beckert can go to third on that. 14-16, Nicholson with a -1, 15. They're going to send him. And the Astros will cut it off and keep Santo to first. Keep the double play in order with 1 down. Runners at the corners, and here's Ernie Banks. Still early in the game. The Astros will keep the infield at double play depth. And welcoming in Al. Hello, Al. What's not enough? Okay, runners at the corners, infield back. Here's the pitch to Ernie Banks. Farrell delivers a 5-3 right-handed. It's a fly to left field X. That's going to be Staub again. 3E13. Here's the play on a 12. It's the E range. A 10 on a 13, and he makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Beckert. And on the sac fly by Banks, the Cubs take a 1-0 lead. Staub went a long way to make that catch. There was no way he was in any position to throw out Beckert. Good point by Al. I was talking about that earlier. You look at this lineup and you think, my God, how is this team 21-30? Here's Byron Brown with 2 down. He struck out his first time up. Farrell studying the signs. 6-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 Ks of the inning for Farrell, 4 in the game, but the Cubs strike first with a run on 2 hits and leave 1. And they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the inning. Not enough people know about Strat. Amen. Bottom third of the order for Houston. Thanks to the caught stealing, Holtzman faced the minimum so far. Bob Aspromani will lead it off. 238, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. Holtzman into the windup. It's a 6-5 right-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Brown at the track, at the wall, off the wall. Rounding second, headed for third is Aspromani. The throw, the slide, and he's in there with a triple. Let's take another look at that one. 6-5 righty, homer to 15. He almost got it out of here with a 17, but he'll settle for the triple. And the tying run at third base with nobody out. Here's Staub. Staub batting .305, 7 home runs and his 40 RBIs, second to Jimmy Wynn on the ball club. Let's see how the Cubs want to play it. Tying run. They're going to bring the infield in. Infield in for Staub, lefty-lefty matchup. Holtzman's pitch is a 6-6 and he walks him. That's going to bring up Farrell. And that's an interesting hitting pitcher, a 6N, right-handed hitter, of course. 6 hitting pitchers do not have a lot of on-base on their card, but they do have the power. Additionally, Farrell's a poor bunter, a D. I'm laughing at Colin's comment now. 5'9", your cake fell. If I'm the Cubs at this point, I'm not worried about the D bunter. They're going to play back. Now what to do with Farrell? Lay it down as a D or have him swing away? He's going to swing away. He has end power. The pitch from Holtzman's a 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Not surprisingly, that's the first out of the inning. And here's Joe Morgan. Morgan against the lefty. I don't see a ground ball A on his card, so the Cubs will pull the infield in for Morgan. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Holtzman's pitch is a 3-4. Grounder to shortstop B. Kessinger goes home and nails Aspromani. They get the lead man. So 6-2, Strat-O-Matic is forced. Staub to second. Huge play there. Infield in, saves a run. And it will be up to Sonny Jackson. Jackson singled in the first, was caught stealing. Holtzman's pitch is a 2-5 left-handed. Base hit into right. Open single. Staub can try to score. Staub's rounding 11-13. Williams and Wright with a +114. They're going to send him. Here's the play at the plate. He is out at the plate. Williams' relay to Beckert to Hundley was flawless. A tying run gunned down at the plate. Williams to Beckert to Hundley. Yeah, Perry, that's some new top fans thing. I don't know how it works exactly. Astros no runs on 2 hits. We go to the 4th. Cubs leading 1-0. Bottom third of the order for Chicago. Randy Hundley singled in the 2nd. Turk Farrell stares in to get the sign. There's the pitch to Hundley. It's a 1-11, and he loses him, ball 4. A leadoff walk to Hundley. And the batter will be Kessinger. Good bunting situation for Kessinger, but with the pitcher to follow, he's going to swing away. Hitting left-handed against Farrell. Farrell now working out of the stretch. That's going to be a 5-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 now for Turk Farrell, and that'll bring up Holtzman with 1 away. Infield comes in, making Holtzman a B as he squares to bunt. On a 3B, he beats out the bunt. Oh my goodness, how about that? Great bunt by Holtzman. Nobody can make the play. And he's aboard with Hundley taking second. So Holtzman with a sac bunt and a bunt single, showing off his bunting ability today. So first and second, 1 away. Top of the order, here's Adolfo Phillips. Glenn Beckert on deck. Phillips 1 for 2. Farrell in a jam, gets his sign. The pitch to Phillips is a 3-10 right-handed. That's banged down over the first base bag down into the right field corner for extra bases. Hundley can walk home. They could send Holtzman, but they'll hold him up at third. So an RBI double by Phillips, that makes the score 2-0. And Farrell's in trouble here in the 4th inning. Oh, so you can turn that off, huh? I can't find that on mine. You guys know I'm not good at these things. Second and third, 1 out, trailing by 2. Houston will bring the infield in for Glenn Beckert. Farrell checks the runners. The pitch to Beckert's a 3-2, and he walks him to load him up. Bases loaded, 1 out, heart of the order coming up. Out to the mound goes Bateman. Billy Williams standing in from the left side, Ron Santo to follow. Farrell, 2 walks, 2 hits so far here in the 4th, finds himself in a hell of a jam. Bases loaded and Billy Williams at the plate. Okay, he's ready to work now. Here comes the pitch to Billy Williams. The full windup. The pitch on a 3-9. Fly to right field B question mark. Nicholson makes the catch. Holtzman can tag. 10, 12, -1, 11. A lot of times with 2 outs I would send him. But with Ron Santo coming up, we're going to hold him up. Cubs not willing to take any chance of taking the bat out of Ron Santo's hands here. Santo came in hitting .359 with a team leading 41 RBIs. 1 for 2 in this one so far. Bases full, no place to put him. Farrell checks the sign. The pitch to Santo's a 3-9, and he draws the walk to force in the run. Holtzman crosses the plate. Phillips to third, Beckert to second. Give an RBI to Santo on the play. It's number 42 for Ron. And it is 3-0 Cubs, and the batter will be Ernie Banks. Ron Taylor begins throwing in the Houston pen. Grady Hatton, of course, really does not want to get into his much maligned bullpen, especially not this early in the game. Banks 0 for 1 with a sac fly. 2 down, bases still full. Here's the pitch to Ernie. It's going to be a 4-5 righty. He lifts it to right. Nicholson gliding over and makes the catch to retire the side. 2 runs for the Cubs, however. On 2 hits, they leave the bases loaded. And they lead at 3-0. Very warm at the gaming table today. I didn't have a chance. I forgot to turn on the air conditioning. I was on the phone with my friend Eric. We were working on our Event 4 teams for the Barnstormers tournament on the Strat-O-Matic 365 website. Let's see what Thomas put here. I have to scroll down to read it. Junior Gilliam double with 2 outs in the 9th. He's then caught on the hidden ball trick. Boy, you don't see that very often. And of course, only in Super Advanced. Holtzman, staked to a 3-run lead, gets ready to work in the bottom of the 4th. The heart of the Houston order coming up. Jimmy Wynn to start things off. Holtzman gets his sign. The windup, the pitch to the toy cannon, a 4-3, fly to right field X. That's going to be Billy Williams. 3-E-8, Billy racing to the gap. On an 11, it's the E range. An 8 on an E8, he makes a fine running catch for the out. We all know that Jimmy Wynn has to start cooling off at some point. Could today be the beginning of that? Here's Nicholson 0 for 1. Holtzman's pitch. 2-7 left-handed. That's a fly ball to right. Double to 7. And that is going to be a double for Nicholson. 1-out double for Dave Nicholson. Here's Gentile now. He struck out in the 2nd. Holtzman checks the runner. The pitch to Jim is a 6-7 lefty. Swung on and missed strike 3. 3rd K for Holtzman. Down goes Gentile, and it will be up to John Bateman, the catcher. Right-handed hitter 0 for 1. Holtzman gets the sign. The pitch is a 5-4 right-handed. It's catcher's card X. That's going to be Hundley, a 2E6, and here's the play. On a 4, it will be a wild pitch followed by a pop-out. And that will do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And through 4 innings, it's 3-0 Cubs. Cubs trying to snap their 5-game losing streak. They're off to a good start. Harry says somebody's going to be hit by the pitch. Oh, you're talking about the game. Is that going on right now, Thomas? I assume that makes more sense. Oh no, that was in your game. Hidden ball trick up 12-4. Oh my, yeah. Probably wouldn't happen in real life. Farrell rated 7 for starter endurance, ready to go to work here in the 5th. Byron Brown, who struck out both times, will lead it off. Here's Farrell's pitch to Brown. It's going to be a 4-6 righty. That looks like extra bases over Staub's head. Double to 17, and he'll coast into second with a stand-up double. Not sure how much longer Grady Hatton can stick with Farrell. That's 7 hits already. The batter is Hundley. Hundley singled and walked so far. Farrell gets his side. The pitch to Hundley on a 4-7. Base hit into right field. Brown can try to score on that. 12 minus 1, 11. With nobody out, they'll hold him at third. And the Cubs threatening here again in the top of the 5th. Ron Taylor's just about ready in the Houston pen as Don Kessinger comes to bat. Trailing by 3, an A bunter at the plate. The Astros will bring the infield in. Kessinger swinging away, and here's the pitch. It's a 3-10 right-handed grounder to third B. Aspromonte, they've got the lead man. Brown tries to get back to the bag. He's tagged out. That's going to be a force. That's a big out for Farrell. Infield in saves a run. First and second, 1 out. Here's A bunting Holtzman. They'll bring the infield in again for Holtzman. And Holtzman's going to lay it down. He's a B. 8B. Successful sacrifice bunt. Both runners advance. Once again, Holtzman showing off his fine bunting ability. Second and third, 2 down, and here's Phillips. 2 for 3, had an RBI double his last time up. Farrell trying to work his way out of this mess now. His pitch to Phillips. It's going to be a 3-4 righty. Called strike 3. Oh, Phillips is livid. He's toe-to-toe with home plate umpire Harry Wendelstedt. He better calm down or he might get tossed. Wasn't Wendelstedt a quick tosser? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember him being such. Cubs, despite 2 hits, failed to score. They leave a pair, and it's still 3-0. Richie Ashburn. Oh, yes. Fabulous leadoff man. One of the best ever, I think. Some guys are just prototype leadoff men, aren't they? And Richie Ashburn certainly was one of those. Bottom of the 5th, Astros trying to get something going here against Holtzman. They'll have the bottom third of the order up. Bob Aspromonte, who tripled in the 3rd, leads things off. Holtzman gets his sign. Here's the pitch now on a 3-7 left-handed. That's going to be a single into left field, double to 4. That will be a double for Aspromani as he rolls the 1. So a triple and a double for Bob Aspromani. If you're thinking about the cycle, Aspromani has 3 home runs so far. And here's Rusty Staub, who walked in the 3rd. Lefty-lefty matchup. Holtzman delivers a 1-7 left-handed fly ball to center. Backing up is Phillips, and he makes the catch going away. Holding at second, Aspromani. Okay, I'm throwing this one out to the group. Most of the time, this early in a close game, I'd let him hit. On the other hand, he really hasn't impressed anyone. He's given up 8 hits so far. So once again, I'll throw it out to the group. Would you or would you not pinch hit for Farrell here? Wow, Mookie, that was quite a jump. Welcome in, Bill. We've got everybody. So far, we've got 3 people quickly responding hit for him. That's good enough for me. Ron Taylor, who's been ready, will come in to pitch. 5 innings for Farrell today, 8 hits, 3 runs. Could have been a lot worse. He walked 4. He struck out 4, 5, 6. And let's see who's going to bat against Ken Holtzman. Could be Harrison, could be Mantilla. Mookie! Get off of it. Mook. Holy crikeys, what happened here? Mookie strikes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he jumped right on the laptop and closed the lid. I'm trying to get my crowd noise back now. Sorry about that, everybody. Force of nature there. Or maybe a freak of nature. No, I'm sorry, Mook. Yeah, excellent, Al. Well put. The crowd goes silent. It did. Yeah, it knocked it into hibernate, Ben. So I had to bring back the crowd noise and my monitor. Mantilla has done a good job off the bench for Houston this year. He's hitting .279 in 61 at-bats, 4 homers, a dozen RBIs. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Holtzman's pitch to field is a 6-6 right-handed, and that's ripped for extra bases most likely. Double to 17, that's going to be a double. Mantilla off the bench with an RBI double, and the Astros are on the board. Three to 1 the score now, and here's Joe Morgan. Well, you guys could probably hear it, right? Yeah, you couldn't see it, I don't think, or maybe you could. He came from behind and slammed the lid down. You definitely heard it. And as Ben puts it, yes, sir, the game, we've got ourselves a game. 3 to 1. Joe Morgan at the plate. Holtzman rated 7 for endurance, in case you're wondering. Here's the pitch to little Joe Morgan. It's a 6-6 lefty, and he loses in ball 4. Morgan does what he does best, and that's draw the walk. Joe Morgan now with a major league leading 52 base on balls. That's almost a walk a game. 55th game for the Astros. Tying runs aboard, here's Jackson. Nobody stirring in the Cub pen. Holtzman's been their ace all season. Holtzman checks the runners. The pitch to Jackson. 3-10 left hand, and it's a grounder to first, fielded by Banks. He goes to Kessinger for 1. Back to first, not in time. That'll be a 3-6 force. Morgan erased. To third goes Mantilla. So Jackson now, 16, held on at 14, represents the tying run at first. And Jimmy Wynn steps to the plate. And Grady Hatton flashing a big red light to Sonny Jackson. You just stay right where you are, Sonny. Let Jimmy take his swings. Or put another way, move over, Rover, and let Jimmy take over. Okay, here's Wynn. Holtzman in a jam. The pitch to the toy cannon. 6-7 right-handed. Grounder to third base. Single to 9. Here's the play. It's fielded by Sando, who goes down to second for the fourth, and that's the inning. So the Astros settle for 1 on 2 hits and leave a pair. After 5 innings complete, it's 3 to 1 to Chicago. Yeah, definitely. I thank you guys for that. My initial thought was to leave him in early. It was only the 5th inning. But with enough people voting for the pinch hitter, I can be persuaded, and I certainly appreciate the feedback. That's one of the most fun things about doing this live. You can get everybody involved in some of the decisions. And I always say, you guys don't do it very often, but I always say feel free to shout them out even when I don't ask for your advice. All right, Astros need a pitcher. That's going to be Taylor. Taylor worked this game in real life. Taylor, compared to most of the Houston bullpen, has not been bad. He's 0-1, but with a 3.72 ERA across 19 in the 3rd innings. Tough part of the order coming up for the Cubs. Beckert 1 for 2 with a walk. Taylor gets the sign. Here's the windup down the pitch. It's a 6-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Beckert, not an easy man to K, is fanned twice this game. And here's Billy Williams. Williams 0 for 2, walked back in the first. Taylor gets the sign. Pitch to Williams on a 6-7 is banged into right field for a single. So Billy joins the hit parade. That makes Banks and Kessinger the only hitless Cubs now so far in this one. And here's the cleanup man, Ron Santo. Santo 1 for 2 with a walk. A bases loaded walk in his last at bat. Taylor out of the stretch. 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Jackson to Morgan to Gentile. 6-4-3. And that will end the top of the 6th. No runs to hit, nobody left. Isn't it, Franklin? There's a guy on YouTube I like. He's a British gentleman. I think it's called Classic Album Countdown or Classic Rock Countdown. He talks a lot about the old music. He'll take an artist and rank their albums in order, in his opinion, that is, from best to worst, from worst to best. I just watched his Pink Floyd ranking the other day. A couple surprises in there. Of course, they made a lot of albums. Anyway, back to the ball game. Bottom of the 6th is Nicholson, Gentile, and Bateman. Holtzman into the windup. Pitch to Dave Nicholson's a 1-6 lefty. Called strike 3. Wendelstedt rings him up. Strikeout number 4 for Holtzman. And here's the first baseman, Gentile, who struck out both times today against Holtzman. Holtzman with the windup. It's a 1-8 called strike 3. It's the hat trick for Jim Gentile. As I said before, I'm not quite sure why Gentile was in the lineup against the lefty when you have Harrison on the team. But anyway, we can't very well ask Grady Hatton, can we? So here's Bateman with 2 down. Holtzman's windup and pitch is a 5-9. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Ken Holtzman strikes out the side in the 6th. So Holtzman, who looked like he might have been wobbling a bit in the 5th, comes out and makes a definitive statement here in the 6th. And with 3 right-handers due up, Ron Taylor will come out for his second inning of work. Banks started off. Taylor gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 5-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. Tough chance for Sonny Jackson, a 340. Jackson into the hole. Here's the play on a 4. He's not going to get it. That's into left field for a single. A leadoff single for Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub. And that'll bring up Byron Brown. Struck out twice and then doubled his last time up. Taylor checks the runner. From the stretch, the pitch to Brown is a 6-7 right-handed, hard smash to short. Jackson's got this one. Goes to Morgan for 1. On to first for the double play. Taylor throwing up some ground balls today. 2 down, and here's Hundley. Taylor's pitch to Hundley is a 3-3 right-handed grounder to the pitcher X. Taylor a 4-0. Just has to avoid the 20, and He still makes the play on a 20. And that'll do it. 1-3X, side retired. No runs a hit, nobody left. As we stretch, it is 3-1 Cubs. And we're going to take a short break as usual for the stretch. I'm going to top off my coffee, and then we'll check in on the wave of destruction that is Mookie. I tell you guys, with the weather heating up, I need to make some more iced tea. Okay, he ran off after his laptop crash. Let's see where he went. There he is. Hey, Mook. Yeah. He's a little more active today. Most of the time napping by the time we get to the stretch. How warm is it inside? Oh yeah, it's up to 77 in here. See, that's what happens when I forget to turn the air on earlier. Like I said before, kind of a busy week for me. I was out getting my ears lowered this morning. Then working on my tournament team, helping my buddy with his tournament team. Okay, had to get some water there. Bottom of the 7th. Cubs leading 3-1. It's bottom third of the order for the Astros. Aspromonte with a triple and a double will lead it off. Holtzman into the windup. That's going to be a 4-5 right-handed. Grounder to short. Kessinger picks it and fires to first. This is the first endurance inning for Ken Holtzman, by the way. And the batter will be Staub. Holtzman gets the sign from Hundley. Pitch to Staub is a 6-5 left-handed. That's going to be high and deep to right field. That's over Williams' head. This could go all the way to the wall, and it will. Staub lumbering into third with a triple. And that's going to do it for Ron Taylor. We'll have a pinch hitter. Tying run at the plate. And all these batters that are rated weak for power. Except for this one, Chuck Harrison. I was holding Harrison back in case he needed to take over at first for Gentile, but he's needed now. You're right, Colin. He's all fired up today. And the Cubs will bring the infield in for Harrison. Runner at third, one down. Holtzman checks the runner at third. The pitch to Harrison is a 6'8" right-handed, and he walks him. Holtzman in trouble here in the seventh. One more hit or walk will fatigue him. Joe Morgan due, Sonny Jackson to follow. Looking at the Cubs bullpen now. Cal Kuntz, the right-hander, throwing. And he's joined by Bob Hendley, the lefty. Harrison at first, no threat to run. Runners on the corners, one away. Top of the order, Joe Morgan, Sonny Jackson to follow. If there had been a right-handed batter up now, that might have been it for Holtzman. But with the two left-handers coming up, he will pitch to Morgan. Infield still in. Here's the pitch to Morgan from the stretch. It's a 1-7. Fly to center field, B question mark. Phillips makes the catch. Staub could tag. 11-13-0. 1-13 to score. They're sending him. The throw to the plate. He scores. It's a sac fly for Morgan. That makes it a one-run ball game. Chuck Harrison still at first base. Two down. Here's Sonny Jackson. This will probably be Holtzman's last batter, any which way you slice it. Good to see you, Perry. And I forgot. Happy birthday to Ben. Holtzman glances at first from the stretch. The pitch to Sonny is a 2-10. That's an infield single for Jackson. Holding at second is Chuck Harrison, and that will knock Holtzman out of the ball game. He's fatigued. And even if he wasn't, there's no way I would let him pitch to Jim Wynn in this situation. So we'll look for the double switch. Thank you, Franklin. As the right-hander, Cal Kuntz, comes in. And let's see what they've got on the bench. We don't want to take Hundley out. How about left field? That's what it's going to be. So Ty Klein will come in and take over in left field. He'll bat ninth. Flying in left, 2E10 +1. And the pitcher will go in Byron Brown's spot. That's going to be Kuntz. Cal Kuntz coming on to pitch to Jimmy Wynn. First and second, 2 down. 3-2 Cubs. The Astros certainly have the right batter at the plate, but Jimmy is 0 for 3 today. Kuntz on the year, 2-2 with a 3.67. He's actually been the best reliever, not counting Buell, out of the Cubs bullpen. Kuntz ready to go to work. The pitch to Jimmy Wynn is a 4-10 right-handed fly to center field X. Tough chance for Phillips. This is a huge play. Phillips a 3E9 in center. Here's the play on a 4. He can't get it. That's going to be a double. 2 stars, and the game is tied. So Phillips unable to make the play. That's going to go as a double for Wynn. Harrison scores. To third goes Sonny Jackson. Jim Wynn, 0 for 3 coming into the at-bat, comes through again. I'm with you, Ben. I don't like to take the catcher out. I've done it, but very frequently. Alrighty, Nicholson the batter now. He's 1 for 3 in a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at second and third. Kuntz ready to work. The pitch for Dave Nicholson. It's a 5-6 right-handed. That's going to plate 2 runs. Double to 10. It is a 2-star single. Jackson scores. They're waving Wynn around to score, and the Astros take a 5-3 lead on a 2-run single by Dave Nicholson. And somebody basically predicted this. You can only hold the Astro offense down for so long. Cubs had their best starter on the mound, but the Astros finally wore Holtzman down, and now they've jumped all over Kuntz. And here's Gentile, 0 for 3 with a hat trick. Can he wear the golden sombrero? The pitch from Kuntz is a 6-7 left-handed grounder to second base X. That's going to be Beckert. Beckert, a good second baseman, 226. Here's the play. It's an 18. He's got it and throws him out to end the inning. Nice play by Beckert. But the damage is done. 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 left. And the Astros rally for 4 in the bottom of the 7th to take a 5-3 lead. Going to the 8th with a 2-run lead. Let's check their defense. And it will stay as it is. And now with the lead, there's only one guy they can turn to. And that's the closer, Claude Rameau. Let's tidy up the score sheet here a little bit. Holtzman 6 2/3, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 hits. He's charged with 4 runs. walked 3. 1, 2, 3, 6, struck out 6. Ron Taylor worked 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks and a strikeout. I'm laughing at Ben's comment. Yeah, I don't use the injuries, but still, my theory being in the 60s, most of the time, whoever the catcher was, they caught the game. There were exceptions, of course. We go to the 8th inning, 5-3. I'm trying to soak this all in. A wild 7th inning for the Stros. Kessinger, Klein, and Phillips due up for the Cubbies. Here comes Kessinger. He's 0 for 3 today. Raymond gets the sign. The pitch is a 6-10 left-handed. A grounder to third base X. Hot shot for Aspromani. He's a 218. Here's the play on a 3. Diving stop by Aspromani to his feet. Long throw in time. And it's a web gem by Aspromani to rob Kessinger of a base hit. Fine play by Bob Aspromani down at third. Here's Ty Klein now, his first at bat of the game. 6 for 29 so far in the replay, a 207 average. The pitch from Claude Raymond is a 5-10 left-handed. He pops one high to center field, shallow pop fly. On comes Wynn, waiting for it to come down and squeezes it for out number 2. It'll be up to Phillips. We all know the story of Raymond, 3-3 with 10 of the team's 12 saves, but he came into the game with a very high ERA of 6.67. So even the saves have not been easy for Raymond. Lost my crowd sound. Okay, here's Phillips. 2 for 4 today. Raymond into the windup. 111 right-handed, and he hits him. Got a roll for it. He's going to take his base. You got to figure that wasn't intentional. That brings the tying run to the plate. Phillips with very good speed. Raymond with an excellent hold, -4. That makes Phillips 13 not held. They're not going to hold him. He's not the tying run. From Houston's point of view, they're hoping he attempts it and gets thrown out. With 2 out, the Cubs cannot afford that. Beckert will hit away. Singled, walked, and fanned twice. Raymond's pitch from the stretch. It's going to be a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. Tough chance for Morgan, 3E30. Here's the play on a 17. He's got it and throws him out to end the inning. Nice play, Joe Morgan. So Houston flashing some leather in the top of the 8th. And the Cubs are turned away. Rarely easy for Claude Raymond. With 2 right-handers starting it off, Kuntz will come back out. Henley still tossing. And he's joined by the righty, the youngster, Ferguson Jenkins. a favorite of mine. I think I just liked his name when I was a kid, to be perfectly honest. Then he turned out to be a hell of a pitcher. Here's Bateman to lead it off. He's 0 for 3. Kuntz into the windup. Pitches a 4-5 righty. Bateman lifts a routine fly ball to left. Ty Klein is there to put it away. One down, and here's Aspromonte. Aspromonte with that sensational play in the top of the inning. Doubled and tripled in this one. Kuntz's pitch is a 5-10 right-handed. He goes the other way and lifts the fly ball to right. Williams shaded over to center, glides to the ball and puts it away. With 2 out and nobody on, Kuntz will face Rusty Staub. And here's the pitch. On a 4-8 lefty, he walks him. 2 out walk to Staub, his second walk of the day. And that brings up Raymond. Let's see his hitting rating is. He's a 1. They're not going to take Raymond out. He will bat. Right-handed hitter on a 4-4. Catcher's card, that's Hundley. Hundley 2E6, here's the play. On a 15, it's a pass ball and a foul out. That'll do it for the Astros. No runs, no hits, a man left. We go to the 9th inning. Astros 5, Cubs 3. And they're sticking with the stopper, Claude Raymond. I want to thank everybody for watching, as always. Appreciate it. Man, it's a hot one today. I got to get out of here, close things up, and turn that AC on. Okay, I can hang in there. Watch it go to extra innings now. Okay, here's the situation. 5-3, top of the 9th. Claude Raymond in his second inning of work, which is his first endurance inning, by the way. And the heart of the Cubs order coming up. Williams, Santo, and Banks, 3 Hall of Famers. Billy Williams 1 for 3 with a walk will start it off. Raymond gets the sign from Bateman. There's the windup and the pitch on a 4-9 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base, single to 5, and that's going to be fielded there by Morgan, who throws him out. Here's Santo now. Santo 1 for 3 with a walk. Raymond gets the sign. The pitch is a 1-8 right-handed. He bangs that into center for a base hit, and the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Ernie Banks. Banks 1 for 3 with a sac fly. Raymond checks the runner. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Ernie is a 3-3 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. The tying runs are aboard. Drama time in the 9th. One more hitter walk will fatigue Raymond. And you're going to have we'll have a pinch hitter first. Kuntz called back, of course. I'm looking at the beleaguered Houston pen now. Jim Owens and Don Lee, 2 righties working. Let's see who's going to hit here for the Cubs. Against the righty Raymond, it could be Altman. Could be Lee Thomas. It's going to be Lee Thomas. Lee Thomas, left-handed hitter, batting for Kuntz. First and second, one away. Ramon staring in to get the sign. Here's the pitch for Lee Thomas. It's going to be a 1-6 right-handed grounder to first base, fielded by Gentile. He goes to Jackson to one to first, not in time. It's a 3-6 force. Santo to third. Thomas, the tying run at first. We're looking for a pinch runner now. Jimmy Stewart comes off the bench to run for Thomas. One through 15 runner at first. 15 not held at 11 thanks to Rameau's stellar hold. And it's up to the catcher, Randy Hundley. Hundley 2 for 3 with a walk today. 2 down in the ninth. Runners at the corners. 5-3 Astros. Rameau trying to get that last out. Tying runs aboard. The pitch to Randy Hundley. 1-5 right-handed. Called strike 3. And that's the ball game. As I said, it's never easy with Claude Rameau, but he does indeed notch the save. Houston with a comeback win, and the Cubs drop their 6th straight. Five to 3, the final. Totals in a moment. I wonder if Rameau reminds Franklin of old full-packed Stanhouse. Rameau does indeed get the save. That's his 11th of the season. Ron Taylor's the winning pitcher. He's 1-1 now. Holtzman, who pitched well, takes the loss. He squares his mark at 4-4. Kuntz in 1 1/3. Gave up 2 hits and a run. Walked 1, did not strike out a batter. Rameau, 1 hit, no runs. 1 walk, and he hit a batter and struck out 1. I couldn't have put it any better myself, Al. These are the Cubs we knew and loved. That makes the totals. Astros 5 runs, 10 hits, and an error. Cubs 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. And that's the ball game. Cubs led most of the way, but the Astros snatched it in the bottom of the 7th. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's look ahead on the schedule here. Then I'm going to go cool off. Tomorrow it's going to be the Reds at the Mets. Jim Maloney for the Reds. Dick Rustick, who I believe that's going to be his season debut. Rustick makes the start for the Mets. Rustick, a lefty, only pitched 24 innings that year, and I don't have a card for Rustick. I will have to make one. Oh yeah, Wild Thing Williams, I was thinking more as an Orioles fan, you had a lot of personal experience with full-pack Stanhouse. Mitch Williams, he would walk a lot of guys, but he could also blow you away. So 21 hits in the game. Wow. Well, I'm going to get out of here and cool off. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, take care and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening. Bye for now, everybody.